Hello, this is Althorn with you today, and we're going to be going over some different kinds of timers. My favorite is a water timer. I got that off here off to the right, and there up in front is just a simple relay timer, or a clock, whatever you want to call it. As you notice, these two lamps right here blink about the same time. Did you see that? This right here takes 18 relays, and this one right here is about 22 blocks that the water has to travel, not counting the drop. If you count the drop, that would be 25. So you have a row of 7 that it travels, and then it drops down, another row of 7 drops down, and then it goes 8. You need to end on the 8th block next to your bud switch. That's very important. If you don't, then the bud switch doesn't work correctly. It just pulses. Now, if you want to pulse, well, then that works out for you. Okay, this is a T-FlipFlop bud switch. You'll notice I have a redstone wire next to the block instead of the relay. The placement of the relay can change how the T-FlipFlop works. This right here is a standard bud switch. I'm using it to demonstrate a blink versus an on-off. This lamp just goes on and off depending on the water, and this one blinks. The bud switch T-flip-flop pushes the piston next to this other bud switch, and it sends a pulse. I just use that for demonstration. Depending on what kind of signal you need, a steady signal or a blink, you can simply make that a regular bud switch if you like. Okay, so this is pretty basic. You just have a whole bunch of relays in a series, and you start the signal with a push button. You have redstone wire going next to the block with a push button on it, and it starts the clock. Interrupting a clock like this for an off switch can be a bit challenging. Let's say you have a timer and you want it to go for a while, but you want a kill switch. Kill switches are fairly easy to make. It works for this one here as well as this one over here. And let me demonstrate how you make a kill switch. That's the next most important thing to learn after making a timer, is how do you turn it off? Okay, it's pretty academic. You just have the power going over a block. I need to move it back one. So that the redstone wire goes up and over the block and can be interrupted by a piston. That's one of the easier ways of doing it. Let me go ahead and show you how that works. Let me grab a lever. Voila, cuts the power off. So you have your circuit going around, and it's cut off by the piston. And that's how you do that. Pretty simple, but that took me a while to figure out. I was somewhat frustrated with my clocks, and I couldn't figure out how to do kill switches on them, and that was a great invention. Let me shed some light on the situation. Alright, so you can use the different types of clocks here for different things. This is simply 3 rows of water. You can go high as you want or short. It's very important that the water ends on the 8th block though, next to the bud switch. So your minimum distance is 8. There's documents about how long it takes water to travel in compared to relays. They say 1 block is about a tick, and a relay is 4 ticks. Now my math here, it doesn't quite add up. I've noticed that sometimes the Minecraft wiki is not exactly 100% accurate as far as that goes. But basically you want to just measure out your time and either add water to the system or take rows away. It's as easy as you could simply just take this block out right here. And there you have it. You have a shorter clock. And you can do that with a piston, making it a variable clock. Some of the other kind of clocks that we use is just a blinker. Blinkers are a little tricky though. It's important that you have the torch coming out a 90-degree angle from the power going in. And I'll show you what happens when you don't do that. Let's say I put this torch up front. The circuit locks up because the relay pushes power through this block and it shares next to it. And you could go clear around it and it would work. Just keep that in mind when you're building your blinkers. And this one's adjustable. As you can see, a kill switch would simply be applying power directly to the block that has the torch on it. That's how that clock works. And you can of course add relays. So that's part one with my water timer. This is your standard T-FlipFlop bud switch here. I'm not going to go in a block by block build. As you can see from a side view, it's pretty simple to make. Unless I get some comments or requests on a block by block build, I can do that as well. Our next series will go into more complicated relay and redstone torch clocks and how to build those. I wanted to show you the water clock and some basic relay clocks here. Anyways, thanks for your comments, and please give me suggestions. I like having ideas on videos to make. Thank you.